So Bradford City have today confirmed their fourth signing of the 2024 summer transfer window. Aden Baldwin joins on an initial 2-year contract after I think being released by fellow League 2 side at Notts County. So a bit of a swap for Aden Baldwin for Matty Platt. And in today's video I will be bringing you guys my thoughts and opinions on this signing. If you do go on to enjoy, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 125 likes on today's video, that would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We're now on the road to 9,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in as well down in the comment section down below. Bradford fans, Notts County fans, let me know your thoughts down below. Now, he's come with very mixed reviews from Notts County fans. Some weeks he plays like Maldini, some weeks he plays like Ash Taylor, and it is a bit of an interesting signing. He's certainly not a player who I think a lot of fans at the start of the summer would have been desperate for us to sign, considering how many goals Notts County conceded last season. I think he was a mainstay in their back three and they conceded the most amount of goals in League 2. It does seem like we've kind of swapped Baldwin for Matty Platt, and I think if I was to right now pick one or the other, I think I would go Matty Platt, just because I know what I'm going to get from Matty Platt. His performances for the large part are very consistent, whereas with Aden Baldwin they are the complete opposite. You know, one week he's outstanding and next week he's really poor, and I do think that is a little bit of concern. I also think that he's the type of defender which I wasn't really expecting us to recruit in terms of a ball-playing defender. Obviously, we've got Callum Johnson, who probably will play as a right centre-back, and I believe Aden Baldwin will also play as a right centre-back. With him only being 6 foot and much more of a ball player, I certainly see him playing on the right side rather than in the middle where he played with Notts County. Obviously, we've already got Sam Stubbs and Neil Byrne to play in the centre, unless Sam Stubbs is going to potentially move on. But make sure to drop a like on there for me, subscribe if you are new as well, and let's get into it. So Bradford City tweeted at 11 o'clock this morning saying, "Welcome to central defender Aden Baldwin, who arrives on an initial 2-year deal." The article does then read, "Baldwin becomes a bantam. Bradford City AFC is delighted to announce the signing of central defender Aden Baldwin on an initial 2-year contract." With it being initial, I'm going to assume there is the option to trigger it for a further season. The 26-year-old arrives at the University of Bradford Stadium on a deal until the summer of 2026, following the expiry of his contract at Notts County. A product of Forest Green Rovers Academy, Baldwin signed his first professional contract at the New Lawn in 2015 before earning a move to the Sky Bet Championship side, Bristol City, in 2016. Loan spells followed at Weston-super-Mare, Cheltenham Town and Eastleigh before he spent the 2021-22 season at MK Dons. He signed for the Magpies in June 2022, spending 2 seasons at Meadow Lane, making 79 appearances. He scored 2 goals in a 3-2 National League playoff semi-final win over Boreham Wood in May 2023, secured County's place at Wembley for the final, where they beat Chesterfield on penalties to secure their place back in League 2. On joining the Bantams, Baldwin said, "I am delighted to get the deal done. I have had a few really good conversations with the gaffer and I'm buzzing to be here. I'm a mobile centre-back and I also like to play with the ball at my feet out from the back, something which I don't expect us to do next season." So if he's had the conversations with the manager, unless we're going to completely change our system, I don't really think that we need a player who can necessarily play out from the back, especially when you look at the goals Notts County conceded last season. Then playing out from the back was a reason why they conceded so many goals. He continues to say, "I like to play in front of big crowds and lots of fans, so hopefully that allows me to play my best game. I missed the opportunity to play here last year, so I'm really looking forward to doing it for this club. I'm happy to get the deal sorted early, as now I can settle in with the team and get to grips with the environment. Hopefully the fans can turn out in their numbers and we can give them a successful season." City boss Graham Alexander said, "I'm excited about bringing a player of Aiden's talent on board. He has excellent defensive attributes and his quality in possession will bring another dimension to our attacking play." I like that. If you think back to last season, where Jonathan Tompkinson at times would try and join in with the attack and overlap Brad Halliday, and we were committing so many players forward, and that's what I like about Graham Alexander's system. Is we didn't really see it much with Kieran Kelly. When we did, he put some good crosses into the box. You think the likes of Morecambe at home, where he assists Brad Halliday's goal, but especially on that right side, whether it be Jonathan Tompkinson or Daniel Ugoke, our right centre-back last season had the freedom to bomb on, and you think we've also got Callum Johnson who can play in that position as well into next season. I'm really looking forward to seeing how we do line up. He's another player with promotion experience. I'm delighted he decided to join our quest for success, and I'm sure his teammates and our supporters will appreciate that he will add to our club. I think for me personally, because it's such a contrast in his performances every single week. You don't really know what type of player you're going to get from him. It's kind of hard for me to review him as a signing, because when he's good, I think this is a good signing, but when he's poor and he's struggling at playing out from the back, or he's having a number of different occasions where he just completely switches off, and Notts County conceded a lot of poor goals down to him last season. I think from the general consensus, between 10 and 15 of the goals were down to Aden Baldwin. Now, I know that some Notts County fans might be overreacting, but it's not one or two people who I've seen say that, which is a little bit of a concern for me. But when you're playing in such a different system, I'll wait for judgment and allow to see him play for Bradford City first and see how he settles in to Graham Alexander's system before I really judge him. He seems to be a centre-half with a lot of pace, which going into next season is not something that we had when Timmy Odesina moved on. I think our quickest centre-half was Kieran Kelly. Now, obviously, over the last couple of days, bringing in Callum Johnson and Aden Baldwin, it gives us some more options in them positions, and I think it could be a good signing. But again, because I don't know how he's going to adapt to our new system, I can't really judge him too much. And I was actually speaking to a Notts County fan, and he said, to be honest, he's a hard player to describe. He'll either have an amazing game or he'll make about 5 mistakes that will probably all lead to goals. He does tend to slip over a lot when he's under pressure. Watch the highlights of Notts versus Shrewsbury game to see. He does like to run out of defence with the ball, and his passing skills are great. He played in the central of the back three for Notts County, and I went and watched these highlights from the game against Shrewsbury, and 2 of the goals that Shrewsbury scored were major errors by Aden Baldwin. And I thought, you know what, I'll just let Bradford City fans know about what type of centre-half we've got ourselves in for here. Tweeted it, and I got slaughtered all over the timeline. So I think that'll be the last time that I try and tweet anything about a new signing. You know, apparently I need to wait and observe judgment, and I would have done that if it was a one-off, but that seemed to be a common theme in his game, and I do think that is something that we should be a little bit concerned about going into next season. But I got absolutely slaughtered on the timeline. If we have a look then at some of Aden Baldwin's statistics from the 2023-24 campaign, he played 41 times in the league for Notts County last season, starting 37 of them games. He averaged 82 minutes per match, featuring in the team of the week on 5 occasions, according to SofaScore. 1 goal and no assists, with a 92% passing accuracy, 96% in his own half, which I think is absolutely outstanding, but an 81% passing accuracy in the opposition half. Now, you assume that when a lot of teams play against Notts County, because of their style of play, they'd sit in a lot deeper and allow Notts County to build, so their back three were probably in the opposition half quite a lot of time. But even still, an 81% passing accuracy in the opposition half I do think is really good. 55% of his long balls were accurate as well. He did only keep the 6 clean sheets, which I think is a little bit of a concern, but again, you can't put that all down to him. His defensive stats, to be honest with you, some are really good and then some are absolutely shocking. 1 interception per game, 0.7 tackles per game, 5.1 balls recovered per game, and 4.1 clearances per game as well. He had 1 error which led to a shot, but a further 3 errors which led to goals, and it could even be more than that. He also committed 1 penalty offence. He had a 67% successful dribble rate, which I think is pretty solid. He won 67% of his ground duels and 60% of his aerial duels, so not amazing in the air, but certainly not poor whatsoever. Pretty solid on the ground, while also picking up 12 yellow cards for Notts County as well. He got a 7.01 average rating in the league, according to SofaScore. I think he's around 6 foot tall, something like that. I just hope he gets a bit of consistency now in this system, and where he's not having to do 7,000 passes per game. I do hope that it benefits him a little bit more. We've signed another player in this age range that I wanted to see us sign, between the age of 24 and 28, who've got League 2 experience and promotion winning experience. All 4 of our signings so far have won a promotion in the last 2 years, which I think is massively important for Bradford City going into next season. If we have a look then at how our squad is now lining up ahead of the 2024-25 campaign, still no news has been confirmed about Colin Doyle's contract situation. Not really too sure what is going on there, but as you can see, our defence is now looking a lot more solid than what it was at the start of the week. I personally expect Baldwin to play and compete with Callum Johnson as that right centre back. I don't see him playing in the middle when we've already got Boughan and Stubbs who can play in that position. I still think we need a right wing back, a left wing back, maybe even a left centre back as well. I think now we've got 5 players who probably want to start in that back three. I don't think you then go out and get a starting centre back. Maybe you get a loanee in. I'm not really too sure. We still expect McDonald to move on and bring in another holding midfielder. We expect a couple midfielders to move on as well, as Wilson, Oliver, and hopefully Tyler Smith as well. And then maybe you might bring in another striker and potentially another creative midfielder. Probably unlikely, but I still think we need a couple of wing backs. They are the priority for me at this moment in time. But I'm going to leave it there then for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 125 likes. As I said at the start of today's video, that would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We're now on the road to 9,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already, with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in as well well down in the comment section down below. Let me know down below what are your thoughts on Bradford City signing central defender Aden Baldwin following the expiry of his contract at fellow League Two side Notts County on an initial 2-year deal, bit of a replacement for Matty Platt, and provide some competition with Callum Johnson in that right centre-back position. Thank you all very much for watching, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Peace.